Well, we've talked about this before. We're going to talk about it again. XRP has won their lawsuit. What does that mean? I'm going to get Rob's opinion on this one because he hasn't yet spoken about it. And what does he think? What doors will open up for XRP, for Ripple, as this lawsuit is officially over? And does he still believe that Ripple should just pay that fine? I'm going to push back on him. You're not going to want to miss that conversation. Also, I'm going to tell Robin exactly why Ethereum's been underperforming. Not from me, but from BlackRock and the head of their digital asset group, Mr. Mitchnick, and why that could mean that over the next 3 to 6 months, Ethereum is going to see a rally that might even get Rob to change his mind. We'll see about that. We have a very special guest joining us. We have Ashton from NACHO, the top ecosystem token in the Kaspa ecosystem. He'll be joining us in about 25 minutes. We'll talk meme coins. Of course, we'll talk NACHO. What are they doing? Some of the exciting things. So we're excited for that. And also, Uniswap. Should you be putting that on your radar, or should you be buying Uniswap? There's a big catalyst coming up. We'll talk about that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! Is your dog, Big Rob, back in the house. What? Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Should have said cat. We have NACHO.
That's what I'm saying.
A cat doesn't. A cat meows. What is wrong with you?
We are the home of the entertainment and price prediction focused content where we take old, boring, and stale information and repackage that whole thing up in a fun, sexy way. Kind of like this shirt here. You know?
Did you get dressed in the dark this morning?
I did not.
Like, what's with the granny's curtains? I told you a while ago to throw that shirt away, and here you are.
He actually got dressed in the light, which makes it a little worse. Since Rob never believes anything I say, can you just tell him what sound a cat makes?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay. All right. Well, today's show should be very fun and exciting.
It goes moo.
Moo, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know what kind of farm you guys grew up on. But anyways, yes, we have NACHO, Ashton joining us from NACHO. I'm super excited for that, man. You guys know that last week we announced them. They're a channel sponsor. We're super excited. And so obviously you guys know we love Kaspa, and we've talked about NACHO plenty of times on this channel. And so we'll get some more insight into that and some of the exciting things going on. I read over their, we talked, and some of the things that Ashton brought up that they're doing is very unique. And so I'm excited for him to share that with you guys. All right, let's start here with my man Rocco's biggest holding here. XRP. By the way, is that your biggest holding, Rocco?
No, it's not.
It's oh, you're bullish on something more than XRP.
Nacho the cat.
I don't believe
it is.
I think Rocco's lying. Anyways, XRP becomes the third largest crypto. Well, now that's changed because XRP went down a little bit, but it had flipped Tether. So we had 3 cryptocurrencies and no altcoins in the top 3. As the SEC drops their case against Ripple. Now, I covered this on the trading show on Monday, and I covered this briefly yesterday, or we did an upload video talking about the effects of this. I highlighted RWA being now a potential big vertical for XRP as it is gaining market share very quickly, over 300% gains. And I'll show you guys, and then we'll get Rob's take on this because kind of given my opinion a few times, but we haven't heard from Rob. So curious to see what he thinks. If you go here, I just want to look at the networks. Jesus, there we go. So you take a look. This is from rwa.xyz. This is networks top entities for U.S. Treasuries when it comes to RWA. And XRP Ledger up 400% on RWA market cap over the last 30 days. And its market share is up over 300% from 30 days ago. So although 1% is tiny, XRP was never even on this list. And so I think this is only going to grow. When you talk about institutions and tokenizing, no one is going to do it with a company that is under investigation, that is in a current lawsuit with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Now that that is over, I think these floodgates are going to open, and just adding another vertical, another narrative for the XRP token. Robin, what are your thoughts on SEC dropping the appeal? Ripple is officially now the plaintiff, not the defendant, because they have not dropped their appeal for the $125 million fine. What are your thoughts? What does this mean for XRP? Please. Thank you.
Well. The day is finally here.
Well,
the day
3
is
days ago.
finally. What? No.
Tuesday.
No. Well, I'm here and wasn't here. Anyways,
Okay.
the day is finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, XRP no longer has any ongoing legal action going on with the SEC. Other than perhaps some retaliatory if they want to clap back, but they're no longer underwater when it comes to the SEC. They're not under fire. And so really what it spells out is the simple fact that, well, partnerships can be made. There's no more excuses. Well, they got something going on with the SEC. They got this ongoing court case. And how many deals do you think they potentially missed out on? Because we saw Stellar Lumens, the XLM, the Stellar Lumens, the real world asset tokenization side of crypto has been spearheaded and led by Stellar. And I think that is a direct effect of XRP and Ripple being blacklisted from all institutions that operate in the US. And ultimately, that spills over into the EU and globally as well. And so I think that you're going to see a massive explosion in XRP over the next 12 months. And so if you've been holding on XRP and you were enjoying the, what was it, about 7x that we saw at XRP from its 50 cents up to, roughly $3.
It got over $3.
Yeah. I mean, it pumped up there.
Yeah.
It wasn't there for too long. And then, pulled back down to that $2.15 to $2.50 or $2.50 range. And so I do believe as these partnerships keep coming in, partnerships do move slowly when it comes to central banks, institutions, things like that. People don't like to mess around with how money moves too quickly. And so I do think it's going to take time, but I would say over the course of the next 12 months.
And honestly, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't just you're trying to replace Swift. It's going to take a long time.
Like if Bank of America was like, hey, we're just going to change everything to blockchain tomorrow, and we're going to scrap the whole system.
I would say that'd be a bad idea.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Slow it down, baby. So it's going to take time, and I think that it's still going to move fast, but it's still going to take time. For crypto people, it's going to take time. For the banking sector, I think it's going to be fast, right? So over the course, I would say in the next 5 years, things slowly transition over. I think we start seeing some noticeable change within the next 12 months. And because there's so much money in traditional finance, if you just start capturing 1, 5, 10% of money transactions, that's absolutely huge. And so I think that in itself will 5x XRP from where we're at, get that $10 XRP. Right?
You think you agree with me that RWA is now unlocked for XRP?
Yeah, 100%.
And what kind of impact do you think that'll have on the project, the token price? I mean, you couple that with the stable coin, if that gets adoption, which again was another big potential barrier to people adopting that on their blockchain, is the SEC lawsuit. That's over. RWA, that's over. We know the payments thing. It's been kind of, grinding away at that for the last 4 years, in spite of the SEC lawsuit. So for me, I look at, okay, what was XRP doing during the lawsuit? And then now the lawsuit's over, let's try to project at what benefits can come to the XRPL and to Ripple, the company. Everyone, Brad Garlinghouse has said, the whole idea of them getting an IPO here in the U.S., this was, of course, a year or 2 years ago where Brad was like, we don't really want to do it in the U.S. Can that change? Can we see a Ripple IPO? So there's a lot of exciting things that could be and will be, I believe, happening in the XRP ecosystem. And so if you don't have any exposure, I would highly recommend it to XRP. Any other thoughts? What are your thoughts? Do you think now that the SEC has dropped their appeal, XRP still technically is in a lawsuit with the SEC, but they are the plaintiffs?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter.
You think they should drop the lawsuit and pay the $125? Or should they appeal it and try to get that amount lowered? It's a lot of money, man.
I mean, if they're already in the judicial process, they're already kind of going through. Why not? Might as well.
Why
I
not-
mean, that's the way I look at
Why
it.
not pay it or
No.
continue?
Why not continue the case? Right? You already started the case. You've already submitted it. Now, the SEC withdrew their case because I have a feeling they just understood they were going to lose. Right? Obviously, they're taking a different direction, different stance. They don't want to police by enforcement. So, it doesn't really align with the direction they're going. So, hey, SEC's perspective, their lawsuits doesn't align with their newest direction. Also, you probably weren't going to win anyway. So why not just drop the court case? Now, completely different story when it comes to XRP or Ripple, right? Ripple's in a lawsuit and they're like, hey, we don't want to pay, this fine. Let's, go through the process of appealing it and let's clap back, man. So, yeah, why not?
You've used that term twice now.
Twice, that's right.
Everything okay?
Round of applause.
You've been listening to a lot of rap music?
Yeah. We did have a new member.
I got both.
We got Papa. He's welcome to the center community.
What up, Papa?
There we go. Welcome, crypto fam.
That's what my kids call their grandfather.
Yeah, mine too. And then also, we got any new people over there, Ashley? What's up? You wanna give a little shout out?
This list is quite long, but we got Mr. Miles Papa, Crypto J, Dark Lord, Little Ann, Something Kaspa, Jimmy H, Kaspa Queen, Chipper, Bubba Gump,
Love that place.
Sherpa, and Chris with a space.
Is that a Capri Sun over there?
These Wichita mountains are delicious.
Delicious.
So my friend Robin here has been doing a lot of research on waters.
Robin and his damn research.
Yeah, a lot of research on water,
You
plastic.
can't turn the research off, okay? So I researched crypto. I hit a wall, a plateau. There's not any new projects to look at.
There's tons of new projects.
So I started researching water, and they got like something water or something.gov, and you can see all the water samples of the U.S. And anyways, the Henderson water here in Las Vegas, in the Las Vegas area, got all kinds of arsenic in there, chlorine. I don't know. I'm like, hold on, man, time out. Wait a
Straight
second.
from the Yucca Mountain.
So now I was like, you know what? I'm bottled water in this thing.
Yeah, tell them how much it was, Robin.
Yeah, $25 for the case of water for 12. But then again, I think about it, I'm like, okay, I got 12 bottles of water, right? Or you can spend $25 on 2 coffees. And then you're not like throwing your hands up like I spent $25 on 2
Ain't
coffees.
nobody buying $12
Why?
coffees.
Yeah, $25 for 2 coffees.
That's like 4 or 5
Okay.
coffees.
Okay.
You guys don't know where
Talk
it's
about
going for the
Starbucks.
coffee.
Starbucks is still like $6.
Rocco drinks the bougie coffee, so his is more expensive.
What are you drinking over there, Rock? You drink cappuccinos or lattes?
Dry cappuccinos.
I got this capsule that are delivered from Amazon. They're straight from Italy for the espresso machines.
Is it from the Nespresso machine?
It's an espresso similar, yeah. It's
Is it
the
the
long
Nespresso pods?
Yeah.
espresso pod, but a small one. Yeah.
We need to talk because I got an espresso machine and man, I get.
Have you done the research? Okay, we need to move this conversation along. What is going on? All right, let's talk about Donald Trump. Jesus Christ. All right, so there was rumors going around yesterday. Trump's got a big announcement. Everyone, of course, started speculating. Oh my God, what's he going to say? He's going to say that, I don't know. But they had the Digital Assets Summit in New York. You went to that one last year, right?
No, that was
The Pompiliano event. Got it.
That one.
Okay.
That one was 3 weeks ago. They had the other one. I didn't.
Okay.
This year though.
So this is the Digital Assets Summit in New York, hosted by Blockworks. And President Trump had a message for the attendees. And this is in its full. It's around 2 minutes and 41 seconds.
At the Blockworks Digital Assets Summit, it's an honor to speak with you about how the United States is going to dominate crypto and the next generation of financial technologies. And it's not going to be easy, but we're way ahead. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted the first ever White House Digital Asset Summit, bringing together many of the world's top leaders in crypto for a conversation led by our White House AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who's a fantastic and very brilliant guy.
Great guy.
That same week, I signed an order creating the brand new strategic Bitcoin reserve and a U.S. digital asset stockpile, which will allow the federal government to maximize the value of its holdings instead of foolishly selling them for a fraction of their long-term value, which is exactly what Biden did. He got a fraction of their value. We're ending the last administration's regulatory war on crypto and Bitcoin, and that includes stopping the lawless Operation Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point went beyond regulation, and I mean far beyond. It was a form of lawfare through government weaponization. Frankly, it was a disgrace. But as of January 20th, 2025, all of that is over. I've also called on Congress to pass landmark legislation creating simple, common sense rules for stablecoins and market structure. With the right legal framework, institutions large and small will be liberated to invest, innovate, and take part in one of the most exciting technological revolutions in modern history. It's so big, it's, I think, as big as you can get.
Huge.
Pioneers like you will be able to improve our banking and payment system and promote greater privacy, safety, security, and wealth for American consumers and businesses alike. You will unleash an explosion of economic growth, and with the dollar-backed stablecoins, you'll help expand the dominance of the U.S. dollar, and many, many years to come, it'll be at the top, and that's where we want to keep it. We only want to keep it at the top, always. I can already see that the energy and passion of the crypto community is the kind of spirit that built our country, and it is exciting to watch as you invent the future of finance. And right here, it's going to be right here in the USA, the good old USA. Together, we will make America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. Thank you. Good luck. God bless America.
All right. So that was the sitting president. Robin, thoughts?
He said the Bitcoin superpower of the world, baby. That's I like that, man. If you see that, you see that the president is sitting here telling you that we're going to be the Bitcoin superpower. We're the #1 economy globally, and we're spearheading crypto and Bitcoin purchases. You telling me no other nation is paying attention, saying like, hey, maybe we should buy some. Maybe we should not let the U.S. grab all Bitcoin as far as governments are concerned? Because, I mean, we spend trillions of dollars every year. You have an asset class, Bitcoin, which is at $1.5 trillion right now. And so, nothing's really stopping the U.S. from buying right off the bat 1 million Bitcoin, right? I know that the Cynthia Lummis bill is 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years, but I mean, is it far-fetched to sit here? I mean, he says they're trying to be the crypto capital of the world. What's to say that digital asset summit that they had 2 weeks ago? What's
You're talking about at the White House?
At the White House.
Yeah.
What's to say they weren't coming up with a plan to buy 1 million Bitcoin? Because Michael Saylor, who was there, has been an avid spokesman for buying 1 million Bitcoin. He said it over and over again. He's even said, hey, control 25% of the supply. So, I mean, he's probably made a compelling argument for them going in and buying a lot of Bitcoin. And I don't for a second think that the U.S. is going to come out and say, hey, we're buying, let's just say it's a conservative number. Hey, we're going to buy 150,000 Bitcoin, which is a lot. But for a nation, I think for the U.S., I think that's a reasonable buy, right? Hey, the U.S. is going to buy 150,000 Bitcoin. You think they're going to announce that? Absolutely not, right? Because then, it gives China and other nations and even institutions opportunity to come out and front run it, jack the price up.
Definitely not with Trump. Trump, every time someone has asked him, hey, what's your plans to do this? He's like, look, I'm not going to tell you the plan because you lose the element of surprise. And
yeah, he does that with negotiations.
Yeah, if it was anyone else, if it was like Joe Biden or something, or literally anyone, it could be any other Republican, Democrat, I don't know. But the way Trump operates, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to announce it now. But the problem is everything's done in the public. And so when the bill gets voted on, unless they can find budget neutral ways to buy 1 million Bitcoin, that's a lot of damn money. It's a lot of budget.
Well, I mean, you could say that with Doge and the money that they're saving. I mean, you could simply revert that money elsewhere, right?
I'm not a
I'm not a economist.
I'm not a poli-sci expert, so I don't
Yeah.
know. But I would assume that whatever, like if that money was meant for education,
We have 14 money printers. You know, Elon Musk was
saw that.
doing an interview with Ted Cruz, and Elon Musk came out and said, "Hey, there's 14 magic money printers or computers that just simply issue out money with no account. Like you just hit send, boom, it's gone. It's created and sent. Like
I like it.
First of all, we need one of those machines here, but."
Rocco's shaking his head. So am I.
So,
Ready.
but you know, and so I'm not saying print money and buy. You could. I think that the opening statements from the digital summit from 2 weeks ago at the White House, Donald Trump said in the opening statements that was publicized, and then there was a closed door meeting afterwards, that they didn't want to basically incur any debt in buying Bitcoin. So if they could find a budget friendly or budget neutral way of buying Bitcoin, they would. And so I think that's what the summit was. I think that summit was like, hey, let's maybe sell some gold. It's also coincidental that the gold reserves were audited at the same
Have they been
time.
audited
Within it got audited 2 days ago or a day
Did?
ago, or at least that was the headline I read.
Weren't they
I
going
don't
to
know.
live stream it? That's what Elon
I
said.
thought so. I don't know. I'm not sure when, but it's the same discussion started. It started at the same time, right? You had the Bitcoin reserve audit the gold that we have in Fort Knox. Maybe they're planning on selling some, right? If you're gonna sell some gold, you got to know how much you get, right?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
I mean, that makes
I mean, it's all speculation. But what I'm saying is that there's plenty of money sloshing around in the U.S. that can be diverted or spent elsewhere. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. is
if
buying.
you're spending $25 for 2 coffees, I'm sure the government employees are spending $25 for 1 coffee. We drop that down to $5 per coffee, the industry average. We take that extra 20 per person, multiply that by government employees, budget neutral ways we buy more Bitcoin.
Okay.
Now we have some quirky news.
Did have a super chat.
Oh,
We have a super chat goal. It's
Who the hell keeps pimping me out? And then who spelled my name wrong?
it ain't me.
Wow. Yeah, your
I
name
should
is-
lie.
I should lie.
I should lie.
His finger's a little swollen today. So
What does that mean?
the keyboard, bro.
How do your fingers get swollen? Have you checked your liver?
Are you okay?
My fingers are swollen.
With 5 $20 super
I've
chats, you
never
can
heard that.
ask Ashley anything. We'll pick 3 questions.
Who has ever said my fingers are swollen? I have never heard anyone say that.
Too much salt, you know?
Yeah, salt. Too much.
Yeah.
We have some very weird news, couple of them, and then we'll bring on our special guest, Ashton. Weird number 1. So you know that hyperliquid whale, Robin, that we're all speculating, is it Barron Trump? Is it one of his family members? Well, it's this weirdo guy here. A UK fraudster. So Zach XBT did an entire... Man, Zach XBT is a straight up G, bro. The level of persistence and detail to his work is insane. So he did a whole, investigation, and he found out the hyperliquid whale is UK fraudster William Parker, which was linked to a $1 million casino theft and past hacking scandals. And this is the face of a 50x long/short leverage position. So interesting there. 21 years old, Robin. Computer hacker. And his last name is Peck Over. Interesting. And then we had this as well. Was this on your list of the next ETF to be launched? The Pengu.
I saw that, and I
Like, what
immediately,
is this,
I
bro?
immediately told myself that the top is in for ETF filings, right? I don't know.
Signal.
I don't know what that means. I don't know how to equate that to a chart or a price. But the top is in for ETF filings. I'll just put it that way. Take
Bro.
it as you want.
Canary Capital, what are you doing? How about a Doge ETF? Do they have a Doge ETF?
I think there is one.
I'd have rather seen a Doge, a SHIB, a Pepe, a WIF.
Well, you could argue that those meme coins at this point probably don't have large marketing allocations as far as pay to play anymore. I think they've been out for a while. Tokens kind of settled. Pengu's still got a large bag of Pengu tokens. So could they have thrown Canary Capital a giant bag of tokens?
Here, launch an ETF.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being honest, man. I mean, you think that? I mean, maybe that's illegal. I don't know. I'm not sure, but wouldn't surprise me.
Are we going to see more? I'm going to ask our guests. So we have Ashton from NACHO joining us. First time on the show. We're excited to have him on. Ashton, welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
Hi, David. Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for joining. This is my co-host, Robin. The gentleman you spoke to backstage was Rocco, our producer. And of course, you saw Ashley, who is currently, we're trying to figure out how to spell her name. So give us some time on that. But Ashton, are we going to see a NACHO ETF filing here? I mean, we got Pengu. I think there's a Doge one. Any plans to get in maybe an ETF for NACHO?
NACHO ETF. That's an interesting question and play. I feel unlikely at best.
Yeah, you got to discuss it with the team. Right?
At least anytime soon.
If you would have asked me a month ago if we would have had a Pengu ETF, I would have probably laughed at you. So I mean, anything's on the table.
Yeah, I would have probably gone about a $25 coffee. Now, Ashton, I see a lot of Kaspa people in here, but for those people watching who maybe don't know about your project, can you maybe tell us a little bit about NACHO and yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been in crypto technically since like 2014. I bought my first Bitcoin, got into it, got laughed at work for even considering it, right? But I sold it pretty quickly, to be honest. So I can't say I've got a lot of money from that or I've won, but it did spark an interest in mining. So I started mining pretty heavily in 2017, and then through the Ethereum merge, looking for other tokens, found Kaspa. So NACHO as a whole is kind of born out of that journey to a certain degree. We started last June when KRC20 launched, and our goal was really to kind of spread the line between meme coin and utility in a hope to provide value and contribute to the Kaspa ecosystem and bring in more users, encourage that adoption of Kaspa.
Now, I was going to ask you, why Kaspa, besides the obvious, the cat, but I think you kind of answered that because, right, from your kind of intrigue and proof of work.
Yeah, so it's definitely proof of work based, and that's how I found Kaspa. But, our creator team is 7 strong, and we're all kind of Kaspa maxis. So, really it's the definitive solving of the trilemma, I think, that's the kicker for a lot of us. Yeah. You look at, a properly decentralized project that's, running on proof of work. It's hard to beat 1 second block times and what Kaspa has going.
Well, 10 blocks per second soon. That's on the test.
Very soon.
Did you now NACHO Wyborski, he's Shy Wyborski, one of the core developers. It's his cat. Did you approach him and say, "Hey, we want to launch this"? Did you have a relationship with Shy? Where's that story kind of go?
So no, not at all. We didn't ask for his permission. We didn't approach him about it. Really, we followed kind of the trend of founder pet meme coins because we wanted to really build on Kaspa quickly and capture a lot of folks, right? So that trend and that hype typically does well, at least historically. So no, we did not approach Shy, and we've taken a very specific approach to allow him to keep his distance, right? I think a lot of founders can feel pressured to get involved in tokens or feel like there's a lot of like cross collaboration or conflicts of interest in some capacity. So we've tried our best to just be respectful and keep that expected distance, I guess. And from what we've seen, Shy seems to be the type to appreciate that.
Yeah, Shy. We've hung out with Shy. He's such a cool guy, man. I love Shy. Oh, yeah. He's such a smart guy. I know he I'm like, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. I want to ask you though, Ashton. Yeah, I was going to get into the whole social media thing, but that's not a time nor the place. I want to ask you, the meme coin space in general. We had the Trump launch. Everyone was kind of okay with that, but they're like, what is he doing? And then when the wife did it, we're like, oh God. And then the Argentina, they're like, oh, what is going on? And so meme coin activity has dropped off a cliff outside of the few like really like just Dogecoin, right?
Sure,
we've seen Solana. Yeah, like Solana's transactions were 75 to 90% were in meme coins. We've seen Pump.Fund, their numbers absolutely crater. People are saying the meme coin meta is dead. What are your thoughts on what we're seeing in the meme coin space? You think there's going to be like a revival, a narrative shift, a culture change needs to happen? What are your thoughts on the meme coin space as a whole?
Yeah. So my thoughts, admittedly, are a little bit biased given the involvement in the ecosystem. But I think what we're seeing is naturally a maturity of crypto, and you see this a lot of times, right? With gaming industries, or even with the internet and computers over the early 2000s, late 90s. We typically see new technology used for superficial purposes early on as it gets adoption, and then we see more and more maturity and sophistication coming to those technology pathways. So it feels like that's what we're seeing in crypto is this dominance of meme coins for a while that drove a lot of adoption, a lot of awareness. And now these investors or participants are maturing and they're looking for projects that add real value and utility. And frankly, it's good timing. And this is kind of where my bias comes from on the fact of straddling that line between meme coin and utility. But I think what we're seeing is good for the industry. It's maturity in crypto as we look to more meaningful projects that actually make a difference instead of hype, jump on some hype train.
Yeah, you have certain meme coins. Well, not so much so now, but you have certain ones that are just like, yeah, we're a meme coin. That's all we do.
Exactly.
And then you have other ones that kind of started that way. You like SHIB is an example. Like, oh, we're a meme coin.
Mm-hmm.
Then, oh, wait, we have Shibarium, and we did 2 more tokens. So you guys are obviously headed in the direction of, hey, we started off as this community coin. And correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but we're starting as a meme coin, culture, like community, and then we're moving into other things. And one of the things is cap pool. Can you talk a little bit about that and what's kind of unique about that, project, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're 100% right in the fact that we started as a meme and the goal was to capture that and then build utility from there. So cap pool is one of my favorite projects that we've worked on. So it is one of the first production-ready, kind of commercial-grade, open-source mining pools in Kaspa. We saw a huge hole in the ecosystem where many participants wanted to mine. They wanted to set up pools with their friends and the local, neighborhood mining pool, if you will, where you've got your group of people that can mine together. And Kaspa embodies Bitcoin's ethos so well. It's decentralized. It's fair launched. There is no ownership. It's all permissionless. But we see mining pools completely closed source. There's absolutely no open source, access to this. So our goal was twofold. One, to create the code that is open source so anyone can go set up a pool, combine their efforts and mine effectively and help us secure the Kaspa network. But we also knew, and kind of selfishly, that most people wouldn't take that step. They wouldn't actually go get the open source code, set up their own pool. So we made Cap Pool attractive to miners and highly competitive. So the pool itself, again, is 100% open source and supports all Kaspa ASICs. But it has a very unique fee model. So we match the lowest pool fee out there, 0.75%. This is what Hum Pool charges as a reference point. And we actually return 1/3 of those fees to miners in the form of NACHO tokens. So their effective fee is only 0.5%. And this is for any miner that gets on there. They can earn NACHO tokens and secure Kaspa, get their CAS rewards with the lowest fees in the industry. And we actually kind of take it a step further to reward NACHO ecosystem participants. If that miner's wallet holds a NACHO Cats NFT or 100 million NACHO tokens or more, we return 100% of the pool fees to them as NACHO
Really?
instead of just 1/3. Yeah. So if you love NACHO, if you love CAS, come mine on Cat Pool, grab a NACHO Cats NFT and do it for free.
Interesting. I was just going to ask you about the NFT. Like you obviously a little bit about what's there now. You talk about that utility, but what is still on the horizon? And you kind of gave me little glimpse, and I want you to expand on that if you can for the people watching.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we came out with the NFT collection, it was really designed in its initial outline to be a fundraiser in full transparency, right? We embody the same idea as Kaspa. So it's community owned, community funded. And that means we rely a lot on donations, or we used to. And the NFT collection was really a way to transition the project from community funded to self-funded. So we could align those same interests and ensure that the project doesn't have any outside VCs or anyone that's going to exert influence over the decisions. It can still remain community run, but people don't have to donate all the time for every single listing and things like this. But we built out a pretty robust white paper to give people confidence that everything we do in the future will drive utility and value back to not only token holders, but NFT holders alike. So Cat pool was the first one. We talked about that, the fee discounts and return in NACHO. We also set out a 4-step value reward system for the NACHO Cats holders based on different like rarity levels or stacking of NFTs. I can get into those, but they're a little bit detailed. But essentially, those levels range from a merch pack that gets sent out to holders for free at level 1, which is really easy to acquire. A free ticket to a special Kaspa NACHO event that we're hosting this summer that should be coming out, details later this week or early next. The level 3 offer we gave was actually no fees on all future NACHO products, which we're working on 2 of actively now. They're going to incorporate Kaspa smart contracts, the EVM stuff from Eco Labs.
Tell us more.
Coming soon for sure. I can't dig into too much. We've got a partner that we're working with, and it's very careful. But level 4 we actually announced today. So all of this comes to head on April 5th, where we essentially just airdrop these claim tickets to holders, where it's like, you know, a quick coupon where you can turn it in for that merge pack or whatever you qualified for, right? But this level 4 is really exciting because we're setting up 100 terahash of Kaspa mining on Cat Pool that we're covering the electricity cost for, and we're distributing 100% of the rewards to those level 4 holders. So essentially, if they hold all 9 realms of our NFTs for the rest of this year, they'll receive passive Kaspa mining rewards just from Cat Pool for holding those NFTs.
Wow. And you're going to cover the electricity cost? Exactly.
Yep. It's 100 terahash. So it's pretty limited. It's not crazy exciting. It's not like 1 ASIC per person or anything like that.
Yeah,
but it's 100 terahash on Cat Pool.
Essentially no overhead. I mean, from a business
standpoint.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Exactly. The last thing we had for NFTs was our Zealous Swap partnership, which I don't know if you guys have seen or heard of yet. It was announced a few days ago. But Zealous Swap is a product that's leveraging Egra Labs EVM layer 2. And they're going to be the first true DEX on Kaspa. They chose to use NACHO Cats NFTs as their native asset. And that provides a lot of rewards on their platform. So staking is going to be possible when they come out. NACHO Cats NFT holders will be on the list for the airdrop of their token. And they get a 33% reduction in fees across the life of Zealous Swap. So forever. On all the trading. And that's all Uniswap V2 code that they're essentially cloning for Kaspa. So
interesting. Yeah, I always talk about, Kaspa, what they're doing. You mentioned a few times, Ashton, the fact that it's no pre-mine, no VC funded, but there's drawbacks to that. There's drawbacks to that too. You don't have the money, like everything is self-funded. So if you want to build something, you did not get money from a VC to do it on Kaspa. And so someone wants to build a DEX, they got to do it themselves. They want to, and so it takes a little more time to grow the ecosystem out. But once it grows, it's organic. It's not some VC funded.
Exactly.
And so I tell people, like, give Kaspa, like just Kaspa as a whole, the ecosystem, give it another cycle, man. Give it another cycle. And this thing is going to be in my opinion, one of the top ecosystems, period. And with knowing what you guys are doing, and then speaking to you, I know you guys will be at the forefront of that ecosystem. Before I let you go, Ashton, I wanna give you the floor. Any alpha you want to give people? Maybe expand on the announcement. And then if people want more information on NACHO or any of the things you talked about, where should they go?
Yeah, absolutely. Good question. So the two little nuggets I'll give you on the alpha side is one, the next product we're working on is extremely popular on another chain, and it will be coming to Kaspa and enabling, I think, the next phase of growth in Kas. So pay attention. There's a lot of details and hints available in the NACHO Discord, which you can get to through our X, just at NACHO Wyborski. That's Shai's last name at the end there. So WYBORSKI, NACHO Wyborski. Our website's exactly the same. So nachowyborski.xyz. But Discord is really the home of this community. We wish we did better on Telegram is maybe the best way to say it. But Discord is pretty consistent. So if you want to get in there, if you want hints on when our next listing is, which is next week, then you'll be able to figure out who that is and where to find in the Discord. And join the weekend calls. Every Sunday we do a Positive Vibes community call. Where it's more than just a space. It's more than just a get together. It's really building in public. We're listening to the community. We're getting their feedback. We're hearing what we did wrong. And if you want your voice heard, that's the place to be. So every Sunday, Positive Vibes. in the Discord.
That's amazing, man. And Ashton, as you were talking about Discord, I did put the link to join the NACHO Discord. That is pinned to the top of the live show chat. Ashton, pleasure to have you on, man. We're excited to see where you guys take this project. We love Kaspa, we love the community, and we're excited that you guys are really looking to help that ecosystem grow. And we look forward to talking to you again soon, man.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
Take care.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
You know, there's some I wanted to talk about last week and I forgot to. It was David Sachs.
Mm.
You know, it came out that he sold his crypto, all his
200
crypto.
million.
Yeah.
He divested. Okay.
Yeah. So David Sachs is the crypto czar, crypto and AI czar, right? The one spearheading policy from the United States, particularly the executive branch. But what he did to not have a conflict of interest was sell all of his crypto. He sold $200 million. Like, how do like I know some people that got a good portfolio. I don't know anybody that's got $200 million, man. It's kind of crazy, right? I mean,
why is that crazy? Elon Musk has $300 billion.
yeah, well, we're talking about one individual that doesn't necessarily own like
the guy
a tech
was
company.
The guy was one of the best angel investors in Silicon Valley. Like he made a lot of money.
I know, man. I'm just saying that like it's very interesting.
Would you have taken that job if you had to get rid of $200 million?
I mean, he just
That's a once in a lifetime opportunity, right?
But he's talking about profit. You're acting like you're selling. You're selling. Not selling at a
Maybe he
loss.
bought the top, bro.
He obviously didn't grind his way to $200 million. Not like he made $200 million and then just put it all into crypto and then had to sell it at break even or even at a loss. Like obviously the dude has made so much money, which is good because you want somebody that, you know, I mean, how much do you think he probably put in? Maybe like
300 million.
Like shut up. He probably put in like 50 million, 20 million, 10 million. I don't know. I don't know what his average buy is or his cost basis is, but it's safe to say that he generated a massive profit. And so I guess you would want somebody that has seen
Well, you wouldn't hire someone to run your company who's never run a company.
Yeah, no. I don't know. It's a big ass. It's $1/5 of $1 billion.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of damn money, bro.
Huge amount. We did hit our super chat goal. Thanks to one person, Poman.
You know what? Thank you so much for being the spokesperson. Thank you.
Poman, yeah.
Yeah.
Not so Poman.
No.
Are we doing the questions now or after, or later? Why don't you answer 2 right now, Ashley?
I don't even know where they are. I think you guys have to do
Okay,
it.
here I'll pick them.
Okay.
I'll pick 2 for you to answer. Okay. Also, before I do that, we had a super chat. We had other super chats. We had one from STP Kaspa. We had, obviously, we talked about Papa becoming a member. And then STP Kaspa again said XRP is a scam. And then Muhammad, $10. Every token is a copy of another, except for ICP. We finally figured out what Muhammad likes. It's ICP. And he says everything else is going to 0. Muhammad, we love you here on this channel, my friend. Never change. Okay. Let's talk about this one. Ashley, Jimmy wants to know if you will marry him.
No.
What would be the preconditions if you were to consider marrying him?
Not lock me in his basement?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What movie was that? Matilda? And then also, Ashley, Todd wants to know if you will dye your hair red. He loves redheads. Kind of got a reddish hue, a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah,
Not really.
A lot of redheads are usually pale, and so
Okay.
But they do have freckles. A lot of freckles. You don't have freckles.
Okay. No, I'm not dyeing my hair red. I'm sorry.
What would it take for you to dye your hair red?
I'm not dyeing my hair
No,
red.
but there's got to be a
is there a
price.
super chat
There's-
number? Is there?
Shut up, dude. What is wrong with you? We'll buy the hair dye color if we get the.
Absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
Not doing that. Okay. All right. We'll answer the other 3 intermittently towards the show.
There's only 3, so you get one. We get one more.
No,
Oh,
I
you
mean,
know,
I feel
5.
bad. He
Either
spent all
5.
his money.
Give him all 5, bro.
Any offer, I can make my hair red if you guys want it.
There you go.
What's your price, Rocco?
From 5 to 10 euro is okay.
That's it.
5 to 10 euro.
That's it.
Euro, not dollar, huh? Interesting.
Euro.
Where do your allegiance lies, Rocco? Rob, let's take a look at the markets.
All right. So you got interesting movement on Bitcoin this morning. And so if you look, you have 83,000, or basically 84,000. But this morning, what we saw was Bitcoin reach almost 87,000. I thought I saw it briefly at 87 for a quick moment. Either way,
It did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I thought I saw. So Bitcoin briefly touched 87,000. And then the Donald Trump video from the Digital Asset Summit, or what was it? What was it called? The New York. Anyways,
Digital Asset Summit was in New York.
yeah, the Digital Asset Summit from New York. That came out, or his video came out, and then the price dropped. I think that people were expecting a big announcement, perhaps no capital gains tax on crypto made in America. We bought Bitcoin outside of what we're already holding. I don't know. I think people were expecting some bullish news, and he just kind of came out and reiterated what he's already said before. Nothing new here. Only big takeaway I heard was, him saying that we wanted to be the crypto capital of the world, or whatever it was. And so, anyways, we had a sell off there. And will we get back up to 87,000? I think so. You know what? I want to keep going back. I was telling you the bottom was in at 77,000. I don't think we're going back under 80,000 in my personal opinion. I really don't. But take a look at altcoins and what has moved up the most. So not much in the green today. We have Kava Bonk. Bonk is up 6%. But Bonk and Pepe is an interesting duo here to make the top three biggest gainers. And you look at what is the biggest gainer on the week, and we got Pancake Swap there, something that David was telling our Patreon members about a couple weeks ago. And, that's up 50%. And then once again, to take a look at what else is up on the week.
Toncoin, too. Toncoin had some interesting news.
Yeah, and then also, where's XRP at? I thought XRP was up
on the week. No,
on the day at least. No,
that was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
that pump we saw it at 250. Yeah.
Okay, B tokens up. Cosmo. I haven't heard much about Cosmos.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. It's just the interoperability. I think it's not as sexy as it used to be, because there was very little interoperability when Cosmos came out. Just wasn't a thing. And so people are like, oh, finally, somebody's addressing this. And now one by one,
everyone's addressing this.
Yeah. And one by one, they're all addressing it. And so it's like, okay, now your niche is not as niche anymore. It's more just standard protocol now. So what's down today? You do have Avalanche down 5%, Curve, and Pi Polkadot. Avalanche has been underperforming my expectations. I will be one to tell you.
Everything's been underperforming. You can't sing a lot of Avalanche.
Yeah. No, I'm still expecting a big breakout. Grossly undervalued in my opinion still. A month ago it was over $23, and we did see back in December up to $50. So I do think it'll bounce back. We just missing a couple headlines. Still waiting for the Gun token to go live on Gun Chain, which is a side chain, which is part of the Gunzilla platform, which has the off the grid game, which has NFT, a large player base.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I got there, brother.
Take a look at a Bitcoin chart. So we had this pattern here mapped out, which is a bearish pennant, although this thing is now turning into just a falling wedge, or a rising wedge. We got to break out above, and I kind of talked about what I wanted to see with Bitcoin before I begin to flip to more bullish, because my sentiment is still, at least in the intermediate term, a little bearish. Price action wise, not fundamental wise, but price action wise. So I wanted to see a break into this 86 to 86.5 and a little bit of consolidation, and then a breakout, retest, and then we go. We got a breakout to 87, and then we gave it all back the next candle, and now we are back into this pattern. And so I posted this on X. Did you short the resistance like we've been preaching on the show? I've been saying this literally every single trading show, which, by the way, new time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Pacific. I'll be going live today, tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be a crypto and chill show, which I was pretty good last time.
Oh, also, on the subject of changing times, we are going to be shifting our live show here 30 minutes earlier. So next week, we'll be going live from 10:30 a.m. Pacific time to 11:30 a.m. So just slide our slot back 30 minutes.
Slide to the back.
Did y'all even wake up that early?
Sometimes.
Hell yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1:30 on the Eastern time. We got to be awake.
You're late to the 11 o'clock, so I don't know if we're going to be late to the 10:30.
No. It's your fashionable late. It's
Troy.
fine. Within 5 minutes, it's like normal.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to be the first person to the party, you know?
Yeah, plus I'm Armenian. It's in our blood. Anyways,
Mwah.
so what I'm looking to do here, where Bitcoin's price is currently at a key level, 84,000. You can see here how that level has reacted to price. We attempted to break out, consolidated, and fell through, failed to retest. But now, at least what we're seeing at the current candle is we are holding 84 as support. This is very good. This will be the first step. Ultimately, I still think this breaks to the downside and we test below 80K again in the short term, and then we see that big bounce to the upside. I'll cover more of this chart in detail in the PM stream, so make sure to join me there. But 77K, likely the Bitcoin bottom, as QT is effectively dead, is according to Arthur Hayes. Now, we covered the FOMC yesterday. We gave that breakdown. And so, to me, nothing really changed. Seems like Jerome Powell is pointing the finger at Donald Trump, saying, you want lower interest rates? Stop with the tariff stuff. Either way, this is what Arthur Hayes is saying. Bitcoin is unlikely to revisit the 77K level anytime soon after the Fed signaled a slowdown in quantitative tightening. This could ease liquidity pressures and support risk assets like Bitcoin, as QT involves central banks selling assets to reduce the money supply and possibly raising interest rates. The next thing we need to get bulled up for reals, with a Z, is either SLR exemption and or restart of quantitative easing. SLR is supplementary leverage ratio. Essentially, it's a percentage amount that the banks have to have in tier one assets for every kind of more speculative asset they have. So if they get that exemption, they can go more risk on. That's kind of the theory and thesis here. What are your thoughts on what Arthur Hayes is saying?
77K is the bottom, baby. 77K is the bottom. Now, expert analysts agree with me. The smartest people in the room echo my thoughts. 77,000 was the bottom.
One expert, actually.
I would say if you find Bitcoin getting in or around, say, $82,000, $81,000, put in a long position, hide your liquidation at 76,000, and ride that turkey all the way to Thanksgiving. That's when the top's coming in.
What? All right, Ashley, time for 2 more questions. Ash, Abel wants to know how you put up with these two. I'm assuming he's referring to Robin and Rocco.
Yeah.
No, girl.
He's referring to me and
to
Robin.
you.
Yes, I know.
Sometimes I smack them upside the head.
Not true.
Sometimes I lock them outside.
This is true.
I yell at them. I don't know. I do a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then Ashley, Miguel wants to know if you will go on a date with him, one catch in Portugal.
By the way.
Do you have a passport?
I don't even have a passport.
Wow. Sorry, Miguel.
I can't go. Sorry.
What if he buys your passport?
Can we get you a passport? Because we got
So I
conventions.
can go on a date in Portugal?
No, we got conventions to go to. Just a thought. A lot of overseas conventions.
Are you paying for my passport? How much are they? Do they cost anything?
$45 or
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
$60 or
No.
something.
Nah, yeah.
No. If you want
They're
the
free
regular
now. They give it for free.
if you want to expedite it, that's when you're in the $200-$300. But if you're okay waiting, was it like 90 days or something? The regular
Okay,
one?
so are y'all paying for it or
Why would I pay for it?
I don't know. He said, "Can we get you one?" So
Can
yeah,
you get
can.
you one?
You can get me one.
Why would I get you a passport?
I don't know. He offered.
I was gonna say
Hey.
we'll send you the link to the
Yeah.
United States Postal
Listen, the
Service for you to
passport
fill out.
costs about 4 cases of water, so that's it.
Or 5 coffees.
Or 5 coffee, 25 each or whatever.
So you're not.
All right. I want to talk about this. This is very interesting. BlackRock's Michnik addresses Ethereum ETF demand and challenges. This was posted by CoinQ.com. So, what the hell? Okay, what the hell happened there? All right. BlackRock's digital asset leader, Robert Michnik, highlighted the low demand for Ethereum's ETFs compared to Bitcoin, speaking at a New York City summit. Regulatory hurdles and absence of staking rewards are noted obstacles. Potential shifts ahead if issues are resolved. This is a quote from him. Obviously, the potential evolution of an Ethereum ETF has entered the next stage. Indeed, ETFs are a very attractive vehicle through which many different types of investors could hold Bitcoin. Undoubtedly, for Ethereum, without staking, an ETF seems less than perfect. And he says, notably, resolving these complex issues could transform the product's reception. So BlackRock's head of digital assets is telling you that when we get Ethereum staking, the Ethereum ETF is going to take off. What do you say now, Rob?
I agree. It'll take off, just not as off as Bitcoin. And so I just in the camp, like, you hold ETH, you'll probably make some money this bull market. I have very little doubt that ETH's price won't accumulate over the next 12 months. However, so will Bitcoin. And I don't see any reason to
Wow,
think
what
that-
a great
that-
analysis, Robin. So will Bitcoin.
And I don't see any reason that ETH is going to outpace Bitcoin. I just don't. I can't subscribe to the idea. I think that nations are going to buy Bitcoin. Nations will not buy ETH. I think that supply shock will hit Bitcoin extremely hard and the price will shock to the upside. I think alts will rally because money trickles down. And if you see the market cap of Bitcoin 2, 3, 4x from where it is now, I do think that altcoins explode. And maybe as we've talked about last week, there might be brief periods where ETH might outperform Bitcoin, but I think it's going to be hard to time that out. And I think that just overall looking at ETH's chart since the top of 2021, it is just not kept up with Bitcoin in any time frame outside of a couple little wicks here and there. And so I don't know, man. I'm mailing it on ETH. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we know. Hopefully the postage doesn't cost you $25.
I did get a $50 super chat. That's nuke-worthy, right?
I now have money for a passport.
So
Minus 30.
Po Man.
well, I should be getting my $100 for the questionnaire.
No,
How are y'all gonna pimp me out and not give me the money for
that's
it?
the platform.
You're getting paid to be here. You're already
exactly.
you're employed. Okay.
Yes, you're employed. And you got a Christmas bonus too.
I quit.
That's
Okay,
it.
bye. Broke Yoshi
Wow.
said, Po-Man's been super chatting a lot since that Bybit hack.
That's fun.
Po-Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I said passport money. We'll definitely give you that money. What is that? Like $35?
Something like that, yeah.
That'll cover your passport, actually. Congratulations. You can now, Miguel, I guess you now have a chance. You now have a chance. We're going to get her a passport.
I'll teach you Portuguese. Work on that.
Except he can't read. He can just
No.
teach you verbally.
That's right. That's all you need to know.
Hola.
Exactly.
There we go.
I want to give a big thank you. Today's show is brought to you by Legacy Network and the Legacy Academy app that has been live on Apple and Google Play Store. You can earn their LGCT token while learning. So learn to earn. That link is in the description of the video. Join their Telegram. Also, again, download the app. And when you use the app, go throw them a review on Apple or Google Play Store and share your experience. These guys have been in the space for quite a while. The product is amazing. Go download it, use it. Big thank you to Legacy for sponsoring today's show. And then the last question was, can Ashley open up the club? I don't think we made extra copies for Ashley for the club, so I don't think she can. Sorry, Ashley.
No.
And then we had a Todd Keaton said, Poman is the coolest dude in the chat. There's a bunch of cool dudes. Poman is definitely one of them. And remember, next week, Monday starting, it'll be 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live show. I'll be going live again today in about 2 hours, where we're only going to be covering fundamental and technical analysis, charts, prices, tokens, all of it. We'll be covering that. So come join me there. And with that being said, Rocco, thank you all so much for tuning in, and a big thank you to our special guest, Ashton from Nacho the Cat. I want to thank every single one of you. Thank you for all your support. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Until then,
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins they pull.